Hello everyone, my name is Chin Valdez, and today we're going to be talking about our wizard skills, particularly our elemental bolts versus the soul strike. So to start things off, I want to thank the community for bringing this to our attention, because if not for you all, I would have continued to overlook that apparently at this stage of the game, we've already achieved a certain level of magic attack that will allow our elemental bolts to finally surpass the soul strike damage. So as we usually discuss in our live streams, elemental bolts scale solely on magic attack, while we get a certain level of base damage from soul strike. So early game, we were actually dealing more damage using soul strike compared to elemental bolts even against targets with their elemental weaknesses. So for my wizard in particular, we have around 79 crit, we have around 2000 magic attack, and my elemental bolts deal around 10 to 15% more damage than my soul strike damage against targets with their corresponding elemental weakness. But to take note, like I personally cannot one-shot these mobs just yet using elemental bolts, and it still takes me 2 casts to be able to kill one of these sandmen, and also 2 casts to kill them with my soul strike. So to be more SP efficient, I'll still be using soul strike for my farming. But for particular mobs where you're already able to one-shot them using the elemental bolts, then by all means, and definitely, and myself included, I will also be using elemental bolts for grinding and farming. But definitely for MVPs like Maya, Golden Thief Bug, Edga, we're gonna be using elemental bolts with their corresponding weakness. So when it comes to skills, the only bolts that I got are actually Fire Bolt and Cold Bolt. Fire Bolts you can use against MVPs like Maya, and Cold Bolt against Edga, GTB. So far, those are usually the daily MVPs that we have to deal with. Maybe free only for dungeon, but for that we use soul strike. But there aren't any mandatory daily MVPs that we have to deal with that are weak to lightning nor earth. So I didn't really get earth spike nor lightning bolt just yet. But otherwise, now I have level 10 soul strike, level 10 fire bolt, level 10 cold bolt, only level 5 Zen heart. I have level 1 Sight for PvP, level 1 Frost Driver for PvP again, level 1 Firewall, and level 1 Energy Coat. Now for my wizard skills, I still have level 10 Fire Pillar. I've been using it pretty effectively in Endless Tower and also in Hunting Part, and also very much in PvP, especially in War of Imperium, where a lot of players are all clumped up together. Now I really use Fire Pillar a lot in PvP as well. And I still went for Quagmire, of course, for PvP. But this time, I have Lord of Vermilion only at level 1 and Stormgust at level 10. Now, Stormgust at level 10 because a lot of players still use Pasana cards, especially for the fake BP and maybe to reduce Meteor Storm damage, because Meteor Storm will hurt if you get hit. So I opted to go for Stormgust level 10 instead of level 10 Lord of Vermilion. Maybe Lord of Vermilion level 10 for more PvE focus. But since we're getting to that point where War of Imperium is starting to get a little bit more competitive, so we're going for level 10 Stormgust. Now, some would say that Meteor Storm is pretty useless, it's all random, it's not guaranteed damage. But you have to understand, the damage that comes out of Meteor Storm is incomparable. Like no other wizard skill can reach the damage that Meteor Storm can. I don't know how the skill description is translated, if it's correctly stated or what. But the thing is, a single ball of a level 10 Meteor Storm, a single meteor, deals the full damage of a level 10 Stormgust or a level 10 Lord of Vermilion. I don't know why it is. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. But the way it's worded, it's supposed to be dealing the same damage. But I guess it's, like it's not new for there to be mistranslations in these Ragnarok games. So a single ball deals the full damage of a level 10 Stormgust or a level 10 Lord of Vermilion. Imagine getting hit by 2 balls or 3 or 20. So the Meteor Storm damage is nothing to scoff at. So I'm not gonna be leveling this down anytime soon. It's still definitely my hardest hitting spell when it comes to PvP as well. Now, during Battlefield Brawl or in War of Imperium, there's just no comparison. Now, I know people will be asking for this because ever since Ragnarok Origin and then all the way until now here in the Ragnarok, players are still asking for what I put in my auto settings, in my auto skills. Simply put, you just put your primary damage skill, that's it. So right now we're grinding here. So we're using Soul Strike, so it's just Soul Strike here in our auto skills. If I wanted to or if I needed to, I could just slot in Firebolt, replace Soul Strike, and then now we're using Firebolt, or spamming Firebolt while grinding. Now for PvP, I generally have Soul Strike here, and Energy Coat here. If there are specific assassins that we have to watch out for, like in our server in particular, that's gonna be Megiddo and Sparks, then I'll also have Sight over here. Now everything else, Quagmire, Stormgust, Lord of Vermilion, Meteor Storm, Fire Pillar, all of these other spells, I have to manual. No, we have to manually aim it. No, it's an AoE. Players are always going to be moving around. We're always going to be PvP focused. Mobs are not. Mobs are usually just very stable and just going after you, attacking you. Players are not. No, players are always going to be moving around. So you're going to want to manually target these things. You're going to have to predict where they're going to go, where they're going to be staying. You have to predict their path, then cast your AoE there. So this is the way I set up my manual skills. I also put Cold Bolt here for specific players in particular that I want to target down who are using Pasana. So we're using Cold Bolt here on our manual skills. And then the rest of the manual skills that I mentioned earlier are also going to be here. So that's going to be Fire Pillar, Fire Wall, Meteor Storm, Stormgust, Lord of Vermilion, Quagmire, and Frost Driver. So that's pretty much it. Now I just wanted to make this quick follow-up video from our previous Ultimate Wizard Guide video to correct what I've said about Soul Strike and the Elemental Bolt. So I personally didn't realize that I already had enough magic attack for my Elemental Bolts to beat out my Soul Strike damage. So I just wanted to point that out. So thank you so much again to the community for bringing it to my attention. You know, I'm just a dude. No, I always make mistakes as well. So I need your help all the time to help me figure out these things. We can do this together as a community. So thank you so much again for letting me know in the comment section. And moving forward, if there are other things that I don't know, I might have missed, or I might have said wrong or whatnot, please do not hesitate. Please do let me know in the comment section down below. And with all of that said, if you made it this far into the video and you enjoyed the content, consider liking and subscribing. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on our new videos. Hope to see you all on the next one. Also to note, this is the best headwear in the game. GF wanted.